Thanks for tuning in to the Women's Vibrancy Code, a podcast dedicated to helping women move from exhausted to energized, balance their hormones, and feeling turned on by their life, their lover, and themselves. I'm your host, Maraya Brown. I'm a Yale and functional medicine trained women's health expert, midwife, mom, keynote speaker, and self-made entrepreneur. I'm the founder of my signature program, the Women's Vibrancy Code. So sit back, relax, and let's chat about your energy, hormones, libido, and embracing your feminine power. Oh, and you might want to have pen and paper to take some notes on some of these episodes. I want to get into the power of reflection. I think it's important to talk about cellular safety and nervous system. And then obviously we've always got to talk about hormones and confidence and the connection. And then we'll release and rise. So welcome, everyone. I'm so happy and honored to be with you today as we take this sacred pause together. The time of year is perfect for reflection. And honestly, no matter when you are listening to this, it's a perfect time to reflect. Often, as we approach the end of the new year, many of us will dedicate time to making our New Year's resolutions and looking back. Last night, I was at a winter solstice women gathering that was all about looking back at the past and making plans for the future. But honestly, it's so ambiguous. You could do this in February, you could do this in June, you can do this in September, right? And it's about looking back at what has been and imagining what could be, right? And of course, I come in to talk about what has been and what could be in the realm of our health, in the realm of our hormonal vitality, our passion vitality, our confidence vitality, our visioning, and it's all relevant and related, right? So just take a moment and settle into this moment. We all juggle a lot of things all day long, and it's nice just to arrive. I encourage everyone to kind of turn down the multitasking. We think that we can have everything going at once, but the reality is the brain doesn't work that way so well. So just close your eyes for a moment, take a breath. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your eyebrows, feel your feet on the ground, and allow yourself to arrive fully present, because this is your time, a gift to yourself, to dedicate time to reflect, release, and rise. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Maraya Brown, like Mariah Carey, but it's spelled with all A's. And I'm passionate about helping women step into their fullest potential. I'm a Yale and functional medicine trained certified nurse midwife. I've been supporting women for 24 years now. I've run the women's health and federally funded clinics and private practices and headed up international health projects. And since 2018, I've been supporting women all over the world online to really be there to hold the potential as their health expert, as another fellow mompreneur. And I've been able to work with amazing clients, so many of them all over the world that have said that I'm their vagina whisperer, their health expert. So Kathleen Cameron being one of them that really brought me in to say, she's going to be the one to help me as I prioritize health, as I be longevity, as I be health, okay? And I've had the privilege of guiding women like you reclaim their vitality, their energy, their passion, because I believe you are destined for more than just fine. So I put fine as one of those 4-letter words, okay? And it's not enough. And it's not what any of us are looking for or wanting, at least for the women that tune into what I'm putting down, right? We're looking for spectacular. So together we're going to explore how your health, your hormones, and your deep sense of safety hold the keys to unlocking your best self. Okay, so why reflection matters? Well, all champions, whether athletes, business leaders, spiritual teachers, they know the power of reflection. Reflection is how we see what's working and what isn't. It's how we recognize patterns, understand ourselves deeply, and ultimately grow. And without reflection, we stay stuck, repeating the same actions and wondering why things aren't changing, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And even Albert Einstein says insanity is doing the same thing, right? But expecting a different result. Ironically, I mentioned that I did this women's solstice gathering last night around reflection, and I had this major aha moment where I realized for 2 years, I have been wanting to manifest a certain dollar amount each month. It's been my password. It's been everything that I just embody, I visualize. And as I was reflecting back at what goals I had set at the beginning of 2024 and what's been accomplished, I realized, wait a minute. I reached out to my CFO. I said, what's our gross this month? We're in the mid-month. I am 8,000 away from making this goal. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is totally possible. But had I not set aside the time to actually sit down, reflect, get quiet, I wouldn't have known. And now it's like, well, that's simple. That's easy. And to be able to embed in my psyche that this thing I've been wanting to create consistently for 2 years is actually happening as I'm recording this, December of 2024. Holy macaroni. And so then to use that energy to really be in the energy of celebration and move into 2025, in my world, 2005, you just wait. And I'm hoping that you guys can also have that same zest. Whether it's your relationship dynamics, your health, your vitality, your finances, your abundance, your joy, whatever it may be. Okay, so take a moment and just reflect together. Think about this past year. Where have you been settling for fine? Right? Is it your health? Is it your relationships? Is it your career? Is it your sense of purpose? And where have you potentially felt stuck? Maybe uninspired, maybe disconnected. And just allow yourself to kind of look back. I loved one of the things that Kathleen Cameron recently facilitated. She had us go through our phones and go month by month looking at images. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. In that month we did this thing, and in that month we did this thing. And to go really looking at the full picture of the last year. And to be really honest, where am I feeling stuck? What's not working? How's my sleep? How's my energy level? How's my mood? How's my menstrual cycle? How's my fertility? What's my experience of menopause or perimenopause? Right? Am I really feeling present and connected in my relationships? Or am I simply settling for fine, sweeping it under the rug, keep taking steps forward? Right? And to go, okay, we can't really know where we're going unless we get honest with where are we now? What is kind of like not working? And I talk about the 6 main areas that keep a woman in fine. I might actually bring up that visual. Let me grab it. See if I can grab it. And I want to show you, for those of you that are visual learners, this concept of, let's see if I can make this big. The interconnectedness between what is keeping us in fine. I'm just going to do my Canva link. I'm not going to do the PDF. But this concept that there are 6 main areas that keep a woman in fine, and if addressed, will transform a woman's life to feeling absolutely vibrant. For the men that are listening, this is just as relevant to you. But to go, if what I'm wanting is total vibrancy, and that's what we're hopefully all wanting to manifest in the next year, 2025, what might be getting in our way? Could it be your hormones? You know, I'll work with women where their mood is all over the place, their aches and pains are all over the place, their exhaustion, their sleep, whatever it may be. And we go, how is that impacting my confidence? How is it impacting my energy level? How is it impacting my libido? And if I look at my energy level and confidence, let's say, and those aren't spectacular, how is that then impacting how I engage in community? how I cast vision and allow myself to push my dreaming, right? Because vibrancy is all of it. We want spectacular energy. We want amazing passion. We want confidence when we walk in the room, not because of the brand names that we're wearing or the things that we've had done to our face or the designer purses. We want the kind of confidence so that when we walk in the room, people go, ooh, I want what she has. Because they feel us. They feel our confidence. They feel our zest. And to know when we're walking in the room in that way, when we're looking in the mirror in that way, when we're approaching our day, that's the spectacular. So to be able to go be honest with ourselves and go, if I'm reflecting on my current health, my current experience of all the ways that health represents. I talk about health, money, and love, right? That's fulfillment. I want abundance, of course. I want abundance of choices that financial abundance can bring. I want abundance of my health. I want to feel spectacular. And I want amazing love and relationships and a solid relationship with my spirituality. And without all three, we lack fulfillment. So I'll work with clients that have all the money in the world, but they're doing it alone and they have no loving relationships. And is that real fulfillment? Or someone that has amazing relationships and wealth, but their health crashes. And then what, right? One without their health has one dream. One with their health has many. So just to be honest with, take an account, right? What has not been working and what do you want to change? And this is the time, as you're here dedicating this time with me to be in the place of reflection, what do you desire? How do you want to feel? How do you want to wake up? What do you want your sleep to look like? How do you want your mood to look? How do you want your body to feel when you put on your clothing and put on your bathing suit? Not the number on the scale. How do you want to feel? How do you define vitality, right? So I also mentioned I want to talk about the science of safety. Okay, the cellular safety and our nervous system safety. And I think this is a really important piece to weave in as we're in this place of reflecting and releasing and rising in the context of our health. So our bodies are designed to protect us. And at the core of this is the nervous system, specifically our reptilian brain. That amygdala that's deep, deep at the base of our brain. If you imagine if you see my thumb and I tuck my thumb in, I put my hand around, deep in there is the amygdala. It's the part of our brain responsible for survival. Okay. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. It's constantly scanning. Is there a threat? When we don't feel safe, whether due to stress, trauma, or overwhelm, remember stress can be real, imagined, or anticipated. It can be inflammation in the body. It can be your hormones being off. It can be stress around finances. It can be worrying about your children. I mean, there's so many different areas, but whether we're experiencing it, real, imagined, or anticipated, conscious or unconscious, our bodies shift into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And this impacts our hormones. It impacts our energy. It impacts our gut health. It impacts our immune system. It impacts our ability to dream or connect with others. And so we go, okay, while we're dedicating this time to reflect and let go and rise, to take into consideration this health piece. Is there underlying inflammation at the cellular level, right? Is there a deep sense of safety, not just physical, it's emotional and psychological too. When we don't feel safe in our bodies, we can't thrive. Okay. Like I said, I didn't say this yet, but we can be in stress or bless. If we're in stress mode, meaning the body is somehow fighting against a perceived threat, in that scenario, it turns off hormone production, or at least the hormones that we want, the hormones of pleasure and ecstasy and joy. It turns off digestion. The body turns off the immune system and it turns off clarity of thought. None of that is important if the body for some reason perceives that we are in threat. Stress, survive, 60 seconds to run from the lion, freeze well, right? Fawn. Whereas when we address that and allow our deep nervous system to feel safe, whether that's cellularly, emotionally, psychologically, because we're eating better food and we're hydrating and we're addressing our emotional resiliency and past trauma, now we go into bless. So now our gut digestion turns on, right? So now we have more energy and less brain fog, and our body's absorbing the nutrients from the food that we're eating, and our lovely sex hormones turn on. And so now we're feeling spectacular, and our fertility turns up, and our experience of menopause is better, and our joy is better, and our mood is stable, and we're sleeping better, all of that, right? Our immune system turns on. So now we're not getting sick so often. You get it? So the good news is what we reflect on when we reflect on these patterns and actively start shifting towards a deep sense of safety through breath work, meditation, releasing limiting beliefs, eating better food. In my world, I like to order functional medicine tests and really look at how's your body detoxing and what's going on with your gut microbiome, right? We get to address that. We get to look at your 24-hour cortisol curve and quantifiably, statistically, how is your body handling stress? So we can unlock the ability to move from survival to creation, from reacting to dreaming, right? And true transformation happens when we feel safe enough to imagine a bigger vision for ourselves, okay? I wanted to give you guys a gift. Jen is going to put it in the House of Manifestation portal, but if you're here live on Zoom, just while I'm thinking about it, grab this link. This is a free replay for an event that I just recently did. It's called Pause, right? We get to take the pause and to really kind of unpack this concept a bit more around these 6 areas that keep us in fine. So anyway, you can have that. We're going to keep the replays up for a while. Everybody's been asking. So enjoy it, save it, watch them. If you like what I'm putting down, you've got more there. Okay, so then I'm thinking, let's try this together. Just to go, what does this feel like to feel safe? So take a moment, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out, and place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Take another deep breath and ask yourself, what do I need to feel safe right now? What do I need to feel safe right now? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's connection. Maybe it's permission, and we all know we don't need permission. We just give ourselves the permission to let go of something that no longer serves you, to just listen and quiet down, and allow yourself to write down whatever comes to you. You're welcome to put it in the chat. You're welcome to just write it down in your journal. What do I need to feel safe right now? Is it better sleep? Is it less anxiety? Is it less pain in the body, less irritability? These hot flashes to go away. To feel really heard and seen in my relationships, to have a stronger sense of community, right? To have my health. And just write it down. And I go, right, that's what I need. So I'm going to release these areas that I know aren't working. And I'm going to state the intention of attracting these things that are going to allow me to feel safe. I state the intention and then I pay attention, right? State the intention, and then for the rest of 2025, for the rest of the year, pay attention. Because how often are we asking for something and it's right there and we're just not willing to recognize it? We're not willing to see it. Maybe it's up self-sabotage. Maybe it's upper limiting. Maybe we don't feel worthy. Maybe we're so busy focusing on the pieces that are not working, we're not realizing the right there. There it is. There's the person. There's the thing that you've been asking for. Even right now, here on this call, here I am. right? If you've been asking for more hormonal vitality, more energy, answers where you can really feel heard and seen, and not just quick fixes, not just another prescription, but deep foundational solutions for vitality, maybe that's why you're here. Maybe that's why we're having this energetic exchange. Okay, so then I said I wanted to talk about hormone confidence connection. Okay, so our hormones, I like to mainly focus on estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and cortisol. There's lots of them out there, but let's start there. They are the silent architects of how we feel every day. Okay, estrogen helps regulate our mood, our skin elasticity, our bone health, our brain clarity, our menstrual cycle, our fertility, our resiliency. It helps produce collagen and protects our ligaments and our joints so we can work out and feel strong, right? Progesterone is a hormone that calms the nervous system, promotes restful sleep, right? Progesterone is the hormone of pregnancy. It's the hormone of our PMS week. It's really important. Testosterone, it fuels confidence. It fuels libido. It gives us energy, right? So important. And then cortisol is your stress hormone. When I talk about fight, flight, freeze, fawn, we want cortisol. It serves a role. It keeps you alert, but it can also wreak havoc when it's too high or too low for too long. So that's why I like to order the Dutch Plus test. We look at your 24-hour cortisol curve, including what's called your cortisol awakening response, and we can see quantifiably what is going on when you wake up, within an hour of waking, in the afternoon, as you prep for sleep. How is your body handling stress over time? And this compounds. And you go back to what I had said. If we're under too much stress and our body is choosing stress, not bless, relevant, important. When you go back to those 6 areas that keep you in fine, relevant and important, impacting your ability to vision, impacting your confidence, impacting your libido, impacting how you choose your community, how you show up in your community, right? And so then there's this link between our energy and our exhaustion and that 4-letter word. Anybody remember what it was? Fine. Many of us have been told that exhaustion, mood swings, weight gain, low libido are just part of aging. I can't tell you how many women say, I went and saw my provider, 2 providers, 3 providers. I saw the acupuncturist. I saw the naturopath. They told me my labs look normal. It's just part of aging. Or they handed me a prescription for a pain med or the pill or an antidepressant. And I'm like, but that's not what I'm looking for. This isn't my normal. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. I want spectacular. I want vibrant. So let me be clear. Common doesn't mean normal. So in those healthcare providers' mind, it might be common, part of aging. Not in this world. Not what we're desiring. We're in the place of reflecting and releasing and rising to our spectacular. So just because it's common doesn't mean it's normal. These symptoms are often signs that your hormones are out of balance. And when your hormones are off, it's almost impossible to feel vibrant, let alone spectacular. So when you think about how do I want to feel as I rise, and still I rise, as I rise, how do I want to feel? How do I want to sleep? What does my passion look like and feel like? And if you want to talk about passion, you can always go back and watch any of the last calls that I've facilitated. There's a lot of them over the last year. And so really take a moment and reflect. Where are you feeling tired? When are you feeling tired? Uninspired? Out of sync in your body? Do you find yourself reaching for caffeine or sugar just to get through the day? And so allow yourself to write it down. One area where you know your body is asking for more. As you reflect and we release it and we go, this is what I desire. This is where my body is saying, I want more. My body is saying, this is what safe would look like and feel like. This is what spectacular would look like and feel like, right? And then we release and rise. So to rise into our full potential, we have to release what's holding us back. Whether it's physical toxins, limiting beliefs, unhealthy patterns. I just made a social media post today around physical toxins, like drinking from a straw, touching receipts, those plug-in air fresheners. We don't think about it, that those three things are putting toxins in your body that research is showing potentially never get out. Okay, Control Alt Delete that. No, thank you. That's not our reality. But where are we exposing ourselves to toxins every day that are depleting the body, making the body not feel safe? And we go, no, I want spectacular. Where can I make little tweaks to fine tune and up level my nutrition, my hydration, my body movement, reduce my toxic load, get away from limiting beliefs that are getting in my way or unhealthy patterns? And if you think about your body, if you're not detoxifying properly, you feel sluggish, you feel bloated, foggy. If you're not getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, you're not detoxifying. You feel sluggish, you feel bloated, you feel foggy, your body can't lose weight. You can't think straight because the filing system of your learning and your lessons and your memory isn't happening if you're not getting that 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So to go, okay, universe, I'm going to sleep spectacularly in 2025. I'm going to get 8 to 9 hours of deep, restful sleep every day. I'm going to wake up feeling rested. I'm going to feel energy throughout the day. I'm not dependent on caffeine and sugar. I've got this. And the same is true emotionally. If you're holding on to resentment, fear, or stress, it weighs you down, right? You're not detoxifying. Just like we eat an apple, we chew it, we ideally want to absorb the nutrients from that apple because we have a healthy gut microbiome. And then our body takes and absorbs the nutrients and assimilates it into the bloodstream and becomes part of us. And then the part that doesn't serve us, we detoxify. We pee, we poop, we sweat it out. It's the same with our emotions. We take it in through our eyes, through our heart, through our ears. We absorb it, we assimilate it, and we choose what we let go of, and we detoxify, right? It's so important. Actually, it makes me want to share another visual. I think I want to share another visual. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Is it this one? No. This one? No. Let me look one other place and then I might abort mission. Yeah, this is it. So good. For those of you that are visual learners. Here. This life cycle of what we consume is what we become. What we consume and detoxify is what we become. All right, so we consume, we digest, we absorb, we assimilate, we detoxify. We consume a narcissistic father. We digest the information. We choose what part of this do I want to absorb? What part of this do I want to assimilate and what part of this do I want to detoxify? We consume a toxic relationship. We consume a loving interaction with community. We digest it. We absorb, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm lovable. We assimilate it into our being. And we still let go of that which doesn't serve us. Just like we do with the food that we eat every single day, right? Valuable, important. You're welcome. I love in the chat, my health. Yes, your health. Yes, your health. Okay, let me take a sip. I'm going to drink my adaptogen elixir. For those of you that go, you're what? You're adapta who? Adaptogen elixirs. If you consume any of my content, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. It's just Maraya Brown, Maraya Brown. Podcast, the Women's Vibrancy Code podcast. Find me there. I'm always going to be talking about adaptogens. What are adaptogens? They help the body better adapt to stress. Okay. I have almost every client I've worked with over the last at least 8 years, we make adaptogen elixirs. So we're drinking them every day. It should be yummy. You'll see Kathleen drinking her matcha. We bring in a protein source. We bring in a fat source. We bring in adaptogens. It tastes yummy, and we drink it all day long. For this one, I have the turmeric mud water blend. I have some of the Calm 4 Sigmatic. I put in some collagen powder. I put in some MCT oil powder, hot water, nut pods for my creamer, stevia drops for sweetness. Oh my God, so good. And I drink it all day long, right? This is my second one today. It's 11:30 a.m. I will continue to drink them because now physiologically, at the cellular level, I am helping my body know that it's safe. So things like ashwagandha, shatavari, dark chocolate, reishi, chaga, maybe you've heard some of those. If not, just reach out to me. I'm super approachable. You're welcome to just find me on Facebook or Instagram and send me a DM. Would love to have an interaction. Would love to help when you're like, wait, adaptogen elixirs, what are those? Okay. So then we go into steps to release this like concept of detoxifying while we're in this time, this beautiful time of reflection, this beautiful time of envisioning, this beautiful time of releasing so that we can rise. And this is where we reflect, reframe, and take action. Ask yourself, what do I need to release to step into the woman I'm meant to be? All right? Do I have stinking thinking that I think it's hard to eat healthy? That I've tried all the health experts, nobody can give me my solution? No. Does that serve you? No. Release that. It can be simple. It can be easy. You can love working out. You can love drinking water. It can be simple and easy to find personalized support from a healthcare provider or a hormone expert like me, and I get to work with you no matter where you live. I currently have clients in Panama and Australia and Europe and all over Canada and the US. I'm trying to think where else right now. It doesn't matter where you are, okay? If you can release the pieces that are getting in your way and you go, this I need to detoxify. This pattern that's been created. You think about The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I love that book. And he talks about the 4 barriers that get in our way. I'm trying to think if I can remember what they are off the top of my head. It's the fear of outshining. Did I grow up and I was the star child, the star athlete, and I felt guilty because it took from my siblings? My parents spent on my sports, not theirs. I was the good student, right? And then we'll hold ourselves back because there's this unconscious fear of outshining. Number 2 is feeling fundamentally flawed. No, that doesn't serve us. Detoxify that one. It's like old news from when we were 2 or 5 or 7. We somehow established some thinking based on our upbringing that somehow I'm fundamentally flawed. No, thank you. I'm spectacular. I'm loving. I'm worthy. I'm lovable. And I choose to detoxify and release this old thinking. Anyway, there's 4 of them. They're amazing. You're welcome to. The book is called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. So it could be a habit. It could be a thought pattern, a relationship dynamic. Maybe it's time to change how you set boundaries. Maybe you prioritize everybody else and you've told yourself that you're too busy. You're too busy to prioritize yourself. You're too busy to address your health. You're too busy to address your libido. BS. Without you and your vitality, all the people that you are serving are receiving I'm going to use the word ass, a half-ass version. That's not what we want. We want our full, vibrant version. So that way, as we're pouring into friends and community and family and children, they are getting our best version because we're prioritizing ourselves. And so to say, I release that. I release sweeping my own needs underneath the rug. I release any guilt or shame of making my own needs a priority. And instead, I rise into saying, I put my own oxygen mask on first. My health is important. These things that I'm feeling in my body are real, no matter what a healthcare provider has said, no matter the community that you keep, if they're like, oh yeah, me too, it's so horrible. No, detoxify that community, find a new one, detoxify that thought pattern, find a new one, because you get to absolutely feel spectacular, no matter your age, no matter your history, whatever it is. Trust that letting go creates space for something better, right? A no is always a yes. A yes is always a no. If we're saying yes to something, what are we saying no to? If we're saying no to something, what are we saying yes to? And to go, all right, which part of this do I want to release? So that I can rise and get really clear with what I consume and detoxify is what I become. So I'm going to shift what I'm consuming. I'm going to shift what I'm putting in my mouth and eating and drinking. I'm going to shift what I'm consuming through my eyes. Stop watching the news. Pay closer attention to the social media scroll. Who am I paying attention to? Start looking at myself through mind's eye that is like, dang, I'm hot. I'm beautiful. I'm powerful. I'm smart. I'm worthy. What am I consuming through my eyes? And am I surrounding myself with people that they embody the same thing? And if not, what am I detoxifying? Right? What am I consuming through my heart? Am I doing what I love? Sets my soul on fire. I go back to the beginning when we reflected. What's working? What's not working? What am I consuming through my eyes, my mouth, and my heart? And how is it impacting myself regarding what's being digested, absorbed, assimilated, and detoxified? Do I need to change what I'm consuming? Do I need to change how it's being absorbed and assimilated? In my world, we get to look at your gut microbiome and your stress response and your adrenals and your hormonal vitality and your thyroid, so that we can say, yeah, your body is absorbing the nutrients from the food that you're eating, not just paying a hefty amount for your beautiful organic salads every day, but your body can't absorb the nutrients because you've got leaky gut, right? Or you're eating all this amazing food, but you're detoxifying poorly and you're constipated, or you have IBS or gas, bloating, whatever that is. And it's a sign that your body's not properly detoxifying. And I can look on your Dutch Plus test to look, what does your body do with the hormones, right? Is there a predisposition towards estrogen-dependent cancer or increased acne and strange hairs on your chin or irritability? And we can look at how is your body detoxifying, and if from a physiological standpoint, from your health, right? At the cellular level, your hydration. But we do the same thing with our emotions and our beliefs. So I just invite you, I'm going to take a little pause and invite you to write down one thing you're ready to release as we approach the new year. And if you're listening to this in whatever month, one thing you're ready to release from the last 12 months. It could be a fear, a habit, a belief, a way of being, a food that you're eating, alcohol that you're drinking, the way that you're being in a relationship, the boundaries you're not setting. And if you catch yourself saying, I don't have time for myself, I don't have time for this, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't know how. No, release that. Of course you do. And so next to it, write what you're ready to embrace instead. For example, I don't have time with, and I will prioritize myself because, right? So instead of I don't have time, replace it with I will prioritize myself because I'm worthy, because I'm lovable, whatever it is for you. Let me give you just a moment to write that down. And if you're open to putting it in the chat, of course, I would love to see it. I love the AI note taker. I don't understand the AI. They're always like, it's quiet in here. Are you all done? No, I'm still talking. Wow. Thank you for saying wow. Yes, today I was unsubscribing from YouTube channels that are not a part of my main goal. Yeah. Where can you unsubscribe? Where can you turn notifications off? Where can you reduce the noise with what's being consumed? Your health. Yeah, totally. You're welcome. Yeah. And then write down, if you're open to putting in the chat, what is that thing that you're ready to release? And next to it, what are you ready to embrace instead? What do you want to release? And what do you want to embrace? And allow yourself to feel it. Feel that rise. Feel the rise in the energy. Feel the rise in the hope. Feel the rise in the positivity. Potent. Powerful. And so then we get to go, all right, kind of wrapping things up and getting ready to close. And then we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A if anything comes up. But this moment, this time of reflection and release, it's a gift. You've given this gift to yourself. And just imagine what it would feel like to wake up every morning with the energy, the confidence, the passion, the community, the dream casting that your heart longs for. To feel deeply connected in your body, your purpose, your dreams. And what I know is it's possible. Especially when you prioritize yourself and your foundational health and your foundational well-being. Right? So allow yourself to really expand that. Feel it. Allow it to be true right now. Notice what you feel in your body. Notice if you smell anything, if you see anything, if there's a memory that pops in your head or a new thought form that comes in. A new possibility, like, oh, that was the puzzle piece that was missing. I didn't even think about that. Right? Or for me last night to go, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. I wasn't looking at what's coming in. I'm so close. We've got to take an account. We've got to really look at what's working, what's not working. What do we want to release? And what do we desire? And when that thing that we desire happens, what does it feel like? As we rise, what does it feel like? And so when we can rest in that and feel it, see it, notice how you're different when you walk in a room. Notice how you're different at work. Notice how you're different in your relationships. Notice how you're different as a mother or a father or a daughter or a son. To allow for that rise. And then take one last moment to close your eyes. Place your hands on your heart and whisper a promise to yourself. I will honor my body. Feel that. I will honor my dreams. Feel that. I will honor my potential. Feel that. I am worth it. Breathe. Right now, I honor my body. I honor my dreams. I honor my potential. I'm worth it. Right now. And open your eyes and carry this feeling with you so that we can really allow ourselves to be guided into the next steps forward. As we, remember at the beginning, I said we reflect. We release and we rise to unlock this deep sense of vitality and passion and confidence from within because the world needs it. A rising tide lifts all boats. When we do this interpersonal work, I believe it's helping humanity. It's helping the planet. It's helping the universe. When we're doing this work from within. So I talked about the power of reflection. We talked about cellular safety and nervous system and that stress versus bless. We talked a little bit about our health and our hormones and that connection with confidence and the 6 areas that keep us in fine. And then we dug into releasing to rise and honoring that what we consume and detoxify is who we become. And where can there be shifts in what we're consuming through our eyes and our mouth and our heart, what it looks like for our body to absorb and assimilate as well as detoxify, right? So valuable, so important. I want to look at the chat, but I was also thinking, I wanted to just do a share screen. Really, truly, when I say that I'm approachable, I would love it if you guys send me a DM. Just reach out to me. Let me know. How can I stop being afraid to shine? Let's talk about that. I love the questions in the chat. So here's my Instagram. It's just _Maraya Brown _. Find me, follow me, send me a DM. In the link, there is my free adaptogen elixirs. I mentioned adaptogens. Please grab them. Okay, please enjoy them. Please drink them every day. Play around with them. And then as a reminder, there's the replay from pause. Put that in the chat one more time. Would love, love, love to have you go there, consume it in your own timing. My free gift to you. You're welcome to fill out the paperwork for a breakthrough call right now. My schedule's usually booked up about a month in advance. So if you're trying to get a call with me, just send me an email and let me know. I can't get it and I'm coming from House of Manifestation. And then I know that, I'll prioritize you guys in a different way. Okay, so looking at the chat, releasing, not holding space for myself and embracing a space for quiet time in the morning as soon as I get up. Oh, so good. Yeah, to release, not holding space for myself and embrace that space for quiet time in the morning. I'm the same way. My quiet time in the morning is so potent. It's so valuable. I'll say this out loud. I'm so grateful to my husband. He does the morning breakfast. I have 3 children. They're 12, 10, and 7. He does the children in the morning. He walks them to school and I get my morning. I sweat, I get my workout, I have my creative time, I have my quiet time, and it sets me up for my most potent version of myself. We all have it. Maybe for you it's evening, maybe for you it's your exercise time, maybe for you it's whatever it is to go, this is important. I need this. And it's okay to need because it makes you a more powerful, potent version of you. No more alcohol, more movement with my body. Yeah. And I love that when we're talking about what we're releasing, we're also focusing on what do I replace it with, right? So I'm going to cut out alcohol. What do I replace it with? Maybe I'll replace it with water. Maybe I'll replace it with herbal tea. Maybe I'm going to try playing around with mocktails. Last night I had a date with my 12-year-old son, and usually he likes to go get bubble tea. I said, do you want to try something different tonight? So I took him to my fancy restaurant where often my husband and I will go on a date. And we got this special seating up above where you could look over and see the bar. And we both ordered fancy mocktails. And there's like muddled fresh herbs and dried fruit. And he was like, wow, this is so cool, right? To go, mocktails can be so fun. And then to say, I invite in body movement. I invite in this becoming a regular part of my routine because I know how good it feels. And then the question, how can I stop being afraid to shine? First, I would encourage you to grab the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's powerful. And then we go, okay, how fascinating. There I am. First, it's awareness. I'm afraid to shine. Isn't that interesting? And we start noticing, where does it show up? I didn't want to take up space, so I let someone else go first. I sat in the back of the room. I didn't speak up for myself and ask for what I wanted. Wherever it shows up, and just to be aware, there it is again. And when you catch it, to go, okay, if I were to be differently, if I would act differently, what might that look like? What might I do? And try it on. It's not going to hurt. You're not going to die. I promise. Remember, change is the most confronting thing we'll ever do. It's not safe. It's not safe to the nervous system. So that amygdala that I mentioned that's tucked in there, hopefully because it feels safe, we call it Miggy. If you're creating change and trying to do identity change and trying new things, Miggy comes out. I talk about this a lot with my kids. They flip their lid, right? Especially my daughters. Woo! We go, okay, how do we tuck Miggy back in to help our nervous system go, this is safe? And a lot of this I do with the women that I work with, both virtually and at my women's retreats. Actually, the retreat in April in the Dominican Republic, I'm going to do a deep dive into nervous system regulation, to go back to as early as like in the womb and our birth and our first year of life. We had these primitive reflexes that served us well. They were supposed to have gone away. And for many of us, they didn't. And we're still in this stress response. We feel afraid to shine. We feel afraid to abandon our roots, to do something different than what our ancestors have done. And we go, We get to stop this. We get to be aware. We get to try new ways of being while addressing our nervous system, EFT tapping. Right? There's a thing I call the lion stroke. There's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's breath work. There's nervous system regulation. There's so much you can do to recalibrate the body while you're taking on the new identity, to tell the body it's actually safe and it's okay. It is cute with my son, right? We had a good time. He thought it was the best thing ever. Now I got to take my daughter. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you, those of you that are here on Zoom, those of you that are watching the recording. Really, truly, I'm not just saying it. Find me on Instagram. Reach out to me. Send me a DM. Grab that link to pause. My gift to you is just marayabrown.com/replay. Appreciate each and every one of you. Cheers to taking an account of the last 12 months and being conscious and deliberate and intentional with what you want to prioritize for your next 10 months. In my world, I hope that part of that is your health, your foundational vitality, so that you are not exhausted, you're energized, and you know that your hormones are being optimized, and every day you feel turned on by your life and your lover and yourself, and the lights are on bright, and you know you're going to live a long, healthy life so that you can observe the legacy that you're creating, and you can serve the community greatly and make the world a better place. Because once again, if we have wealth and we have community and love, but we don't have our health, what do we have? So that's why I come in here as often as I do, and I serve you guys, because I'm that voice of reason to say, your body needs support too. Your health needs support too. And it can be simple, but it's not just shooting darts in the dark and randomly going on supplements or, drinking water and thinking that's enough. It's helpful, yes. Cutting out alcohol, helpful, yes. But it can be comprehensive and personalized and simple and swift and potent, so that as you rise and you release and you detoxify and you go into this next 12 months rocking it, part of that rocking it is also your health and your well-being. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, look forward to hearing from you soon. Ciao, ciao.